Austin, you started saying this, and I thought, I must tell him the full story. We're all down at cellar oil. We're all down at cellar oil. We're at muckslats up windows. We've burnt all his best coil, and we're now burning cinders. When Bunbury comes, he'll never find us, because we're all down at cellar oil. We're at muckslats up windows. But the translation of it is, we are all down in the basement, where the dust accumulates upon the casement. We have used all our anthracite, and we are now burning the remainders. When the landlord representative calls, he will never locate us, because we're all down in the basement, where the dust accumulates upon the casement. So get that, I'm serious now. This next piece is a very, very old piece. I don't know who it's by, but the lady that gave this to me said that her father used to say this piece to him at every verse end, night and day, holidays, bank holidays. And even though she hadn't said it for anybody for about 60 years, she could still remember it, and she wrote it out for me. And I think it's lovely. It's called Tenatron. It's going on 40 years in, but it only seems like to the day. My father bought a Tenatron and tried to learn to play. One thing that he could manage and were very proud about was standing up big chamber door and blowing candlelight. And then, when all were darkness, they'd hear another ding, 'cause when he get to low B flat, he'd blow yon cannelline. He'd practice till my mother were nearly off her head. And after one week's practice, we laid her down for dead. But next morning when she wakened, she took up rolling pin and put yon old brass instrument some decent bulges in. It sounded rather throttled when my father played that neat, and yon tune, Last Rose of Summer, had some notes that weren't quite right. His een shone out like glass alleys when he gate as high as G, and the nose that tune I mentioned goes up as far as C. And then he tried a few old psalm tunes, my mother's favourites too, but she gate fair sloughened, and I knew it wouldn't do, 'cause she took it out of Monday and she slung it into the road, just when a wagon were passing with a very heavy load, that left it fairly squazzed, with here and there a crack. So I read it up at corner when my mother had turned her back. But when my father went to look at after, his Tenatron were good. She'd sold it to a ragman for a lump of scarring stone.